In Frank Herbert's Dune universe, few transformations are as horrifying or as fascinating as that of the Guild Navigators. These beings begin as ordinary humans and end as creatures of pure, prescient function, their bodies twisted by time, mathematics, and the spice melange. Today, we'll take you through their mutation, stage by stage, grounded in the canon from Dune and Dune Messiah to the expanded lore written by Brian Herbert and Kevin J. Anderson. Each section builds on the last, moving from selection to physical mutation to mental evolution and finally to the necessity behind it all. Let's begin. 1. Selection and early conditioning. Before mutation ever begins, candidates are hand-picked from the Spacing Guild's elite ranks, mathematician navigators who already display extraordinary prescience-adjacent perception and advanced computation ability. These individuals undergo years of mental conditioning designed to prepare their minds for the impossible, the instantaneous folding of space. Only the top percentiles survive this stage. The mental exercises are brutal, recursive equations that loop infinitely, forcing the brain to evolve new shortcuts. Over time, these candidates begin to experience flashes of prescient intuition, subtle glimpses of probability streams. This early exposure weeds out those whose minds collapse under the pressure. The Guild sees this as a necessary cruelty, breaking the mind's rigid structure before reshaping it anew. When a candidate finally graduates to the Immersion stage, they are no longer ordinary humans. They are proto-navigators, fragile but primed for transcendence. 2. The Spice Immersion Chamber. Mutation begins within the Spice Immersion Chamber, a sealed, high-pressure tank filled with gaseous melange. This is where humanity ends, and something alien begins. The chamber is not a comfort zone, but a crucible. Within it, candidates breathe a dense orange fog of vaporized melange. The environment is oxygen-rich but deadly. Every breath rewires the nervous system. They eat no solid food. Nutrients are delivered intravenously or through osmotic absorption directly via the skin and lungs. The body systems are slowly reprogrammed to exist in perfect harmony with the spice atmosphere. Once sealed inside, there is no going back. The first few weeks alter their biochemistry beyond recovery. By the end of the first year, they have become something neither human nor machine, a living computational engine. The process is irreversible. 3. Physiological mutation timeline. The transformation happens in distinct, trackable stages. Stage 1. Acclimation, 0 to 6 months. During acclimation, the body first responds to constant spice exposure. Skin pigmentation begins to shift toward orange and gold hues, reflecting internal melange saturation. The irises transition to the deep, otherworldly blue in blue, known as a bad blue. Cognition heightens dramatically. Perception widens, reflexes sharpen, and dreams become perceptic simulations. Most candidates experience hallucinations, but to them, these are data streams, fragments of possible futures. The Guild monitors neural changes carefully. Failure at this stage leads to madness or fatal overdose. Stage 2. Neural rewiring, 6 to 18 months. As the exposure continues, neural tissues begin to expand. The skull elongates to accommodate brain growth, forming the bulbous, high-domed cranium, later seen in mature navigators. Neurons reorganize into complex, non-human patterns that allow prescient cognition, the ability to perceive the unfolding of multiple timelines simultaneously. At this stage, they can see the safe paths through folded space, the corridors of probability through which ships may travel without annihilation. However, these visions come at a cost. Linear thought becomes foreign. Navigators begin to lose empathy, emotion, and attachment to their past selves. Stage 3. Limb atrophy, 18 to 36 months. Over time, the navigator's body sacrifices mobility for function. Arms and legs atrophy, curling inward until they resemble vestigial flippers. The body elongates, serpentine and fluid, better suited to floating within a zero-gravity tank. Musculature degenerates while neural density skyrockets. They are now optimized for mental rather than physical tasks. At this point, their humanity is almost gone. Their once familiar voice becomes distorted, replaced with synthesized communication devices that translate thought into sound. Stage 4. Full Navigator. 3+ years. After 3 or more years of continuous immersion, a Navigator is fully transformed. They no longer leave the spice gas. Their bodies are wholly dependent on it. Suspended in an anti-gravity tank, their skin turns translucent, their veins glowing faintly with melange saturation. Their mouths shrink, their heads grow vast. Language fades. They communicate telepathically or through machines. What remains is a being of pure prescient calculation, the brain of the Guild's interstellar monopoly.
Final form, the mature Guild Navigator. A mature Navigator is unrecognizable as human. Their cranium swells to nearly 5 to 10 times normal volume, containing layers of neural expansion. The limbs are small and useless. Their skin takes on a soft, translucent orange tint, revealing vascular networks pulsing with spice-laden blood. Suspended in a gravity field inside their spice tank, they're surrounded by tubes for waste removal, nutrient infusion, and life support. The tank itself is a microcosm, temperature, pressure, and spice concentration precisely maintained to keep them alive. Deprived of the tank, they die instantly. Spice has replaced oxygen, water, and food. It is their environment, their sustenance, and their drug. 5. Mental and prescient evolution. The physical mutations are only half the story. What makes a Navigator truly extraordinary is the mind that emerges from it. Through complete spice saturation, their consciousness transcends human boundaries. Prescience blooms like a multi-dimensional map. They can sense not only where a ship is, but where it will be. The equations of fold space are no longer calculated, but felt. Their procognition, however, is not infinite. They see branching futures, but only those relevant to navigation. They are not gods like Paul Atreides or Leto II. Their prescience is constrained, engineered for purpose. Dependency becomes total. The spice is no longer an enhancer, it is their bloodstream. Without it, the delicate neurological architecture collapses instantly, resulting in death within seconds. This addiction ensures absolute guild loyalty, a failsafe written into their biology. Many navigators retain fragments of their former identity. Edric, for example, from Dune Messiah, exhibits cunning and self-awareness, using his prescience for political manipulation as well as navigation. But such cases are rare. Most navigators see humanity as a distant memory, a simpler form they have outgrown. 6. Why mutation is necessary. The Spacing Guild monopolizes interstellar travel because only navigators can perform instantaneous fold space jumps safely. To fold space, one must solve near-infinite equations, variables upon variables, cascading into quantum infinities. Even the most advanced computers cannot handle this without human prescience. The spice provides that bridge. It awakens probability perception, allowing the mind to sense and select the one path that leads a ship safely through space. This is why the mutation is deliberate. The Guild transforms its navigators not merely for power, but for survival. Each mutation stage is a step toward absolute functionality. The result is horrifying, but perfect, a biological machine capable of bending reality itself. And because no one outside the Guild knows the full process, they maintain total control of the known universe's travel and commerce. The spice cycle sustains itself. Arrakis produces the spice, the Guild uses it to mutate Navigators, Navigators use the Prescience to ensure the Guild's dominance. It is an endless loop of dependency and control. 8. Notable examples. Edric, Dune Messiah, perhaps the best-known Navigator in the series. Gifted to the Emperor, he resides permanently in a spice tank. Unlike most, Edric displays self-awareness and political intrigue, conspiring with the Bene Talayics and the Princess Urlin to undermine Paul Atreides. His mutation is extreme, but his mind remains razor-sharp, proving that intelligence and monstrosity can coexist. First-generation Navigators in the prequels, the early experiments conducted by the Guild were catastrophic. Many subjects perished as their bodies failed to stabilize under spice overload. Others experienced grotesque distortions, some even detonating from metabolic runaway reactions. Through centuries of refinement, the modern Navigator process became more stable, but never safe. 8. The Price of Transcendence. Guild Navigators represent the ultimate paradox of the universe: evolution through enslavement. They have traded their humanity for omniscient function, their bodies for the ability to fold space. Every mutation, every adaptation, every lost limb is a step toward perfect purpose and perfect dependency. Through decades of immersion in weaponized spice gas, they become what humanity cannot, beings who think across time and space simultaneously, but in doing so, they lose the one thing that defines humanity: freedom. In the end, the Navigators' tanks are not just life support systems, they are prisons, amber chambers preserving the last flicker of what once was human. And yet without them, civilization itself would collapse.
If you enjoyed diving into the dark metamorphosis of the Guild Navigators, don't let this journey end here. There's so much more hidden in the shadows of Dune, from the secret histories of the Bene Gesserit to the political chessboard of the Landsraad. If you'd like to support deeper lore explorations like this one, consider joining our channel, Sand and Shadows. Your support helps keep these long-form deep dives alive and independent. Like the video if you learned something new, share it with a fellow spice addict, and subscribe if you want to see more content that peels back the mysteries of the Imperium. And if you want to go the extra mile, you can buy me your coffee, or more appropriately, a thimble of spice, through the link below. Every bit of support keeps the orange fog swirling. Until next time, stay curious, stay awake, and beware the price of prescience.